With the release of Deadpool and Wolverine, it's time to rank all 3 Deadpool movies. I'm not counting Once Upon a Deadpool because that movie is basically just Deadpool 2, but PG-13. So, without further ado, let's get started. I feel like when you first watch Deadpool 2, you will like it, but the more you rewatch it, it's not as rewatchable. Part of that is because the jokes in here, they're kind of just one-off jokes. You hear it once, you laugh at it, but then it's not really funny again. You have to wait a long period of time that you barely remember the jokes in this movie to really enjoy this movie again. Because this movie, the jokes in here are just one-off and you're done with them. It's rewatchable, but you still don't enjoy it as much on rewatch as you do the first time around. The other 2 movies on here, I feel that they're a lot more rewatchable. As for Deadpool 2, it's not as rewatchable. It's still a good movie though, but that's my problem with it. But yeah, compared to Deadpool and Wolverine though, this movie actually has a story that works, that you actually remember it for like the story it has. I will talk about Deadpool and Wolverine later on though. But yeah, also comparing it to the first movie, that story was nice and simple. This one has more complex to it, introducing the X-Force. You know what happens to them. The movie does have a very memorable post-credit scene though. Deadpool 2 is still a funny movie, but it lands right here. A lot of people are saying Deadpool and Wolverine is their favorite out of every Deadpool movie, and I will disagree. Yes, it's fun, it's exciting, it's what the fans want. Deadpool and Wolverine teaming up and everything that follows that is exactly what the fans want. But the problem I have with this movie stops it from being better than the first movie. The rushed story always frustrates me. Why did Wade and Vanessa would do what they did? I'm not spoiling it, but how exactly happened from Deadpool 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine? How exactly did that happen? And I feel like just a rushed story as well. We're going from plot point to plot point to plot point without really taking time and pausing and explaining stuff that needs to be explained. This movie's just here to excite the fans, and that's fine because it's really good and I cannot wait to rewatch it again. But just that rushed story stops it from being number 1 on this list. And the emotional parts for me were spoiled, so I can't really define that if this emotional weight of this movie is better than the first. I can't solidify that until rewatch because it was all spoiled for me in the final trailer. But I just feel like the first movie handled a lot of these problems better. For me, obviously, number 1 on this list is the first Deadpool movie. For me, this movie has no problems. It has the best humor that works on rewatch as well. The best story, the best emotional weight, the best everything in the movie. There is no problems with how the story is told. It has an emotional weight. The jokes are funny and work on rewatch. Everything about this movie I have no problems for. Deadpool 1 is the best Deadpool movie. Maybe my opinion will change on rewatch for Deadpool and Wolverine. You can't beat Deadpool 1. This movie, everyone fell in love with a Deadpool character and started this trilogy of movies, which is why Deadpool is number 1 on this ranking. But with that, that was my ranking of all 3 Deadpool movies. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, maybe these ones on the side will interest you too. Like, subscribe, and see you guys next time. Goodbye.